Hello and welcome everyone to the GSA Super Mario Odyssey World Peace Open Tournament 2021. I'm P96 and I will be commentating along with Saren, doing the restreaming and pretty much hosting this tournament and everything. And yeah, so welcome everybody. We got 4 runners here today. We've got Xylex, we've got A1gamer, we've got Cars, and we've got Samuroleon. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, we've had some pretty close races today, so I expect this would be pretty much the same. Doing some PBs. Hopefully, maybe we'll see some more. But yeah. And we're off. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to be starting off in the Cap Kingdom, of course. Getting things synced up for a moment, so, might look a little funky right now, but, well, everybody's synced up in just a minute, promise. But yeah, World Peace, interesting category. Obviously, I think, well, even though in the previous race it really didn't, but, most time. And how you can handle those in snow and cap. Not cap. There's no real cancel clip for it. It's not cap. It's sand. Sand and snow. I don't know what I was thinking there. Yeah, pretty good start it looks like so far from everybody. Cars. Or no, not cars, sorry. Sam way ahead.
Alright, that was my bad.
That's fine.
I'm still getting used to having the fancy transition. I'm used to only having like fades and stuff. I got this weird like fancy animation. Like, what do I do with this thing?
Yeah. all the runners making their way up the cap tower. All gonna be doing right side. Good choice. Alright, pretty clean Cap Kingdom for all of them pretty much. Alright, and now off to Cascade.
Alright, everybody's actually synced up now. I promise I did it right this time. And I could actually do it this time. One thing I will say as a tournament organizer that's very important for anybody out there who is, interested in participating in their first tournament or anything like that, make sure you run with a timer. Just because, we're doing a restream, it's no different than doing a speedrun you're swinging the leaderboard. We gotta know what time you're getting. If you're dropping frames or anything goes wrong, it's pretty much impossible for me to tell, what time you're actually at. So, just a word to any future participants. Yeah, I've been enjoying the tournament so far. I hope everybody else has been having a good time in the chat. Had a lot of great races today. A lot of really close ones, honestly. I'm just kind of surprised. There's so many players in this qualifier that are like, either they've not run World Peace at all, or like it basically just people's PBs in this category weren't necessarily like representative of their skill. So I was kind of expecting there to be some bigger bops.
Examples of that.
And there's definitely some players in the tournament that are just, you know, not as seasoned as some of these players. Like, I mean, Dan's in a lot of tournaments, Speed SMOs, and pretty much every tournament, including the Plan B League. So it's like, it's pretty cool to see other players, you know, coming up in the qualifiers, able to go toe-to-toe with people more experienced.
Yeah, definitely. XylexSR actually pulled ahead here. Right.
Everybody managing to make their way up to that moon without aggroing the chain chop into the rocks, pulling an Emrys. Very impressive. Gotta love it. SK definitely one of those kingdoms that most runners are pretty comfortable in, especially, you know, younger speedrunners, maybe a little bit more reset heavy.
Yeah, it can still be pretty annoying though, but it's not too bad. But yeah. Now we'll be off to the same kingdom, where we may see a variation in routes as well, so that'll be cool to see, because we're also pretty close right now.
Always nice to see, you know, having multiple racers in the same kingdom, because, I mean, even when it's just Cascade and Cap, I mean, we saw a death at Cap Kingdom last race, and that's a huge time loss right off the bat. And things can kind of spiral out of control when that kind of stuff happens.
It's definitely. Alright, so yeah, gonna be making their way to the inverted pyramid, but get these few moves along the way. Oh. Samuel having a bit of trouble with the bird there, but being able to back it up pretty quickly. Yeah, so we can actually see from this that Cars and XylexSR are going to be going for the Duram and Bullet Bill juggling route, whereas Samu and A1gamer are going to be doing the normal route.
See, this is why I'm glad you're here, Billy. Without you being here right now, I'd be like, all right, both these all these runners are collecting moons and sand. Very cool. Not a big world peace guy. Not gonna lie. Might be hosting the tournament, but never done a world peace run in my life. I've run any percent a little bit, but that's pretty much my extent of game knowledge in here. But I see what you're saying there with a bit of a bullet bill juggling there. Ooh, and just short.
Yeah, the bullet bill juggling is that'll be coming up, and it's my favorite world piece for sure. It's very, very cool.
Car's unable to connect there, unfortunately. Samu grabbing the moon there on Jaxie skip.
Yep. Oh my. Yeah, Car's having a bit of a rough time there. Must have missed him.
Alex is on one heart here. I'm not sure if she's scared. I'm not sure if you're scared. I'm scared. I'm not sure if that matters.
Pretty scared too. She must have got a pretty fast IP clip.
Yeah, I was honestly
flew right by.
I was honestly surprised to see someone already in the pyramid, but here we are.
Yeah. It's See how it goes for. Oh wow, is that a first try for cars? Everybody's popping off with IP clip today.
Yeah, I was thinking we are gonna have some like major IP clip meltdowns. Sammy perhaps signing up, A1 Gamer making his way through as well.
Yeah.
Samu. Okay, getting through.
Yeah.
No, that I wouldn't even classify that as a meltdown. IP clip meltdown is really when you're sitting there for like a minute. I've seen some pretty decent riders just sit there for an entire minute rolling into the wall.
Yeah.
Especially in a race, it's just like that just gets to you.
That's rough. Alright, XylexSR finishing off Harriet, not dying. Pretty pog.
XylexSR with the strat of not only streaming on an alt, but also typing in chat on an alt. Just to confuse everyone.
Oh, no.
Perhaps to fake a bigger chat presence, I'm not sure. I mean, shoutouts to XylexSR for making our channel look like it's popping off. Go.
That'd be a weird message without the context. Oh no. Oh, A1 Gamer. Unfortunately, rolling off there, not getting the long jump input. Funny game.
Yeah, taking a little bit of slip and slide action as well. Oh, and not connecting with the bullet bill. Trying to back it up with the intended trap, but not quite connecting.
Yeah. Alright, and then Cars done with the Harriet boss fight. See how this bullet bill juggling goes for XylexSR. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be doing this method where you just throw this bullet bill at it and then go get this one. Hopefully it broke the... Hey.
No! Oh my gosh, that's a series of unfortunate events if I've ever seen one. Is there even enough time? Okay, the timer does refresh, okay.
What happened?
We were having a bit of issues on capturing the bullet bill.
Oh.
Cappy not quite going in the intended direction, I suppose.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say XylexSR has too much of a lead. I mean, Cars is right behind her.
Oh. Okay, Cars, can we do it? Yeah. Oh, that was so close. Almost got the full-on bullet bill juggling. But still was able to break the cage. That's, I guess, what you would call that.
One thing I really like about this category, you know, not being too experienced with the category itself, is that you get to see a lot more of the game while still not really elongating the category too much. Like, it's not like a darker side where it's like an extremely, you know, long category by, you know, kind of human perspective. I know a lot of speedrunners think, you know, 4-hour category, that's not a big deal, but, you know, for beginners,
yeah, it's pretty daunting, yeah, for sure.
A little bit scarier to deal with.
Yeah.
But I mean, even just like night sand, you'd never see that in any plant ever. Like, there's no reason.
That's pretty cool to see that, and like luncheon and seaside and snow. You get to see all the cool stuff there, which you normally would not.
Definitely been a lot of people grinding world peace too. I mean, with Tyrone even beating the world record recently, it's pretty awesome. I was pretty excited to see that. Didn't even know he was going for it, honestly. Might have been
I don't think he was. It just kind of happened, I think.
Might have been just a Tyrone yawning emoji situation.
Pretty much. That's what it seems like. And he just kind of just got world record and just like, oh.
Whoops.
Who knows? Could see a 111 soon. Yeah. The runner's in Knuckle-Tech fight now. Pretty straightforward.
Oh my gosh, A1 Gamer taking a huge bonk there. Time losses are starting to add up, unfortunately. All the other players well into a fight here, but A1 Gamer still lagging behind a little bit. And he's right next to the entrance, too. That's a painful death.
I hate to see it.
Yeah, a lot of people not even really noticing the timing at the world record, honestly. I mean, Mulan was surprised earlier on commentary, like, oh, really? That happened? Oh, cool. Congrats.
Kind of low on the radar. Alright. So yeah, Xylex just barely ahead of us, Sam, very close between them.
Yeah, all the racers keeping it pretty close, honestly. I mean, like a moon cutscene apart on 3 of the racers, and the other racers inside the fight already, so can't complain as far as a viewer's perspective from the speedrun race. I mean, I'm sure we could. We could find some things to complain about. Runners aren't on world record pace. Yawn. Runners bonked a couple times. I always thought this boss looked cool, though. Although Nintendo does have kind of an obsession with floating hand bosses, I've noticed. Maybe just floating hands in general. Alright, starting out here in Lake Kingdom, we have 3 competitors in Lake already. A1 Gamer not too far behind. Be trailing a little bit here out of sand, but everyone's going to make mistakes in this race, and honestly, it's only a matter of time before we see 1 or 2 of these racers either take a lead or a bit of a detriment here.
Fortunately, no zipper dram action today. Not that I expected any.
Not gonna lie, I'm not entirely sure what a zipper dram is. Maybe you can elaborate a little bit for the mortals among us.
There is like a faster route you can do here that does involve lake flip, and what you do is you can do a dram with the zipper that you use to get the moon usually, and you get the cheap crossing moon like right below that. You get that, and then you capture the zipper, like you do a dram with that, basically. Wow. And if you do that and a lake flip, then it's faster. But it's also really hard. So I don't think anyone goes for it. It only saves like 2 seconds as well. So
I mean, just from the description, it sounds pretty dang hard. I mean, lake clip itself is hard enough. Adding on exactly what you said there is, I mean, I'm not even quite understanding, but getting down to that moon is quite a distance to be doing a dram all the way back up.
It is, yeah, it's pretty tight, and so, yeah. It's adding to the fact it's 2 seconds, no one goes for it. Which I'm surprised, because people go for crazier stuff that saves like half a second, but that's in any percent.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a matter of time, honestly. I mean, obviously some tricks are never going to be implemented, they're just too hard, but speedrunners, they only get more and more desperate for that time save, and, you know, once the resets become so frequent anyways, it's like, might as well, right? Might as well just go for that, you know, 1% chance run killer.
Exactly.
Late Kingdom wrapping up here with 3 of our racers. A1 Gamer roaming his way through the water, trying to catch up. Going to be taking out Rango. Hopefully he has a pretty clean fight here. The one thing I can say about A1 Gamer is his lead's not, you know, exponentially decreasing here. His time loss isn't like just continuing to pile up. Although, as I say that, taking it down from Rango. Might as well just stop talking now. But all things considered, very small time loss.
Yeah, no, that's not too big. It's a bit of a difference between everybody else, but it's not a big deal.
And meanwhile, these 3 racers in Wooded right now are insanely synced up. Xylex holding on to that really, really short lead, but you know, just a bonk or 2, maybe even just 1, honestly. A 1 mega bonk is the difference here.
Yeah, all 3 of them are really close. See if she goes for gate skip here. If that not quite worked, I did. I think gate skip. Understandable.
I'm really honestly shocked, like I said before, about like how close a lot of these matches are. Like, I really expected a lot more just all over the place matches. Like, we've had a couple of players, you know, kind of struggle to keep up, but across the board, it's been mostly a lot of similar times. And although I'm not sure how many of the PBs were real, I mean, we have had a lot of PBs. I think we've had at least 3 today.
3 today? Dang.
Yeah, I don't want to overstate how many there have been, but I think there's been more. It all comes down to, are the runners updating their PBs with me at the end of the day, because I can't keep track of everybody's Speedrun.com profile, unfortunately.
Right.
There's also those cases of, you know, unsubmitted PBs and those sort of things.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, at the end of the day, we can at least pretend, you know, like no PBs was happening, right? Make believe.
Okay. Alright. And, yeah, even though it may look like Samu is ahead right now, he actually is doing a different route, so I'm seeing Xylex skip the tower here, and she'll be in the fight in just a moment, so she's actually ahead for now.
That tower skip is honestly really cool.
It is.
It doesn't look too hard either. I mean, it's just a triple jump to cap throw away. I'm surprised they made that so easy, really. I think they kind of underestimated exactly how insane they made Mario's movement in this game. Like, you can pretty much fly in comparison to other Mario games.
Yeah, it's very fast. For one, it's pretty crazy. Okay, one gamer can we kind of do the tower skip as well, it looks like.
Let's hold on to that ledge here, heading over it to... I don't even know what to call this jump there, but... very cool movement. This one here seems way more tight though. It seems like you're about to bonk.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. Like you have to go more to the left because going to the right it's actually getting bonked.
practice going pretty good for Xylex, but looks like Samu actually catching up a bit here, unless there's some sort of routing difference on that 32. Perhaps making up some time just on those missed shots there. Ours not too far behind though. Grabbing at this Moonin real quick. A1gamer wrapping at the spirit fight. Gonna be trailing a little bit still, but like I said before several times, I mean, there's a lot of opportunity for mistakes coming up. I mean, we've had some pretty skilled runners have several deaths today. I mean, Speed and Fezzy both had probably like 7 or 8 deaths between them. And I would definitely say they were 2 of the higher level runners in the qualifiers for this tournament.
All of them in one forklift fight.
Oh. Damn, I'm having a little trouble hitting these targets inside of the blocks here.
Well, actually, yeah. Get a lot like that sometimes.
Alright, and Xylex pulling back that lead. Managing to have a bit of a cleaner forklift fight and pulling just a few seconds ahead of Samu again.
Just shows the optimizations can do. And A1 just getting the target in here.
No, A1 is definitely not far behind at all. Like I was saying before, like, a death in the later kingdoms is a huge deal. We saw quite a few deaths in Luncheon already today, and those do add up.
Sure. Let's see.
That even, I mean, if A1gamer just puts on his, his gamer gloves, maybe hunkers down a little bit, plays a little bit more optimally, it does add up over time. Okay. They went having a bit of. Oh no!
Oh no!
That is painful. That is pain. Okay, thank God.
Oh no!
I was gonna say, please tell me there's like a flag or something up there.
Oh no! You're exploding because of that.
Still, not what you want to see when you're in A1 gamer's position, but Xylex seems to be still in control here in Cloud. Haven't been really paying attention to the fast hats, but does dispatch Bowser. Number 1.
And oh, Samu actually missing the fast hat there, unfortunately.
giving Cars a chance to catch up here and actually take a second here. Is a huge deal. For anybody just joining us, the only person that will advance from these 4-way free-for-all matches is going to be the first place out of these matches, which will culminate tomorrow with the end of the qualifiers. Another 4-way free-for-all match where the top 2 will qualify into the main bracket. Ooh, and Xylex somehow missing that butterfly. I'm surprised that didn't work. Oh, and Cars taking a death on the meme tree.
Oh.
That's rough.
Oh, that's roll cancel dots.
Cars and Samu right now are hooking it up with the time loss. Kind of giving A1 a chance, but Xylex just won't stop pressing down that gas pedal. Xylex having a little bit of issue on the butterfly, but really I can't think of much else that's really gone wrong on her side. In recent memory. Going to break that box with the torpedo, not taking any damage. Kind of soaring through Lost Kingdom. It's one of the more satisfying kingdoms to play through if you're slaying it. Everything just kind of flows together nicely.
Yeah, it really does. Okay. Pretty clean loss from Xylex.
Oh. And Samu taking a death here at the end of Lost before grabbing the moon. He's turning that lead once again to Cars, but both of them lagging behind a bit of Xylex.
It doesn't trigger Klepto here. Okay. There you go.
Gonna take the gamer death. Respectable.
Not too big of a time loss, but
yeah, especially when you already died, just take the extra death.
yeah.
The potential tiny time save is definitely not worth the huge time loss potential. Alex playing a bit in lights out mode right now. Turned off all the lights on our Nintendo Switch, so we can't see what's happening. But I mean, it is Night Metro. It is a pretty dark place. Trying to fit the mood of the video game. Ooh, your spawn.
That's interesting.
One thing I think we haven't talked about at all today, actually, is the fact that these gamers are duking it out for a chance at a prize pool. There is a prize pool for this tournament, believe it or not. We actually have not plugged it one single time, but there is a $500 prize pool. The top 4, I believe it is. It's a pretty big deal. I mean, for a month-long tournament, 5 or so matches, chance of bringing home a few $100s, pretty good time.
Yeah, definitely. Ours and Samu's still super close. Pretty good pattern for Xylex. Sounds like the car's always the fight. I haven't seen his already in it. Okay. And Metro. Xylex, and then Samuroleon chorus finishing with the Wiggler. The two simple.
And one thing to mention too, A1gamer coming to this one batting a bit, or attempting rather to bat a bit above average anyways. 130.57 PB versus Xylex is the next person in line with a 124. I believe, yeah, no. Oh wow, actually. I thought for a second Xylex and Cars had the exact same PB, but I was mistaken. But all these players otherwise having very similar PBs, so A1gamer might look like, you know, he's significantly far behind, and as I'm trying to talk him up, taking a giant leap of faith into the pit. The literal next words coming out of my mouth was that PB was still on the table, but if these deaths keep racking up, I'm not so sure if that's going to happen. Oh, A1 taking a bonk on the awning jump as well. Perhaps just needs to take a bit of a step back, just relax a little bit. Maybe just go for the backflip here. I'm not sure if there's going to be a fight on that. Okay, it does in fact make it.
Okay. That was a little risky, but it was looking weird, but there we go.
Okay. Alright. A1gamer needs to bring things back into control while the rest of the racers are collecting some musician moons here.
Yep. Very close between Cars and Samuel still.
I'd argue it's very close between all three of them. I mean,
Yeah,
we're not playing at
the
top tier competition here. This isn't, you know, runners who have done 10,000 attempts of this category. There's definitely plenty of room for mistakes. Even just general routing errors at this level are still possible. We'll see how things go. Ooh, going for some cheeky movement there. Maybe instead.
Oh yeah, that's well.
Smacking her face into the railing.
There we go.
Here's the ballot option.
Okay.
I don't think Mario deserves that kind of abuse, but it's kind of what he gets on a daily basis regardless. So.
Right.
Alright, so Xylex making her way into the sewer here.
Into the mech fight.
Sure, that's typically where cities keep their power systems, but I mean, Land and Mario, I mean, everything's connected by pipe, kind of makes sense. Oh, that's scary.
Alright. That's Alex is going to be making her way into the festival in just a moment.
I do not like this pattern from A1gamer. I do not like Sam I Am.
Oh,
Okay, we are
oh, that
succeeding.
was close.
He needs to connect the final shots there.
You get it.
Overheats his cannons for a second, but does end up succeeding. I always thought this part was kind of sad. Like, look at all his power moves; they're just getting destroyed. You know, all their power is getting sucked out of him. Udon City kind of just a, I don't know, a giant energy hog.
Yeah.
Although I guess in saying that, you do have Mario flying through the sky, just melting moons into space. So.
Yeah, he does have 880 of them at the end. Okay.
Mars managing to drain the life out of some power moons as well. Going to be joining Xylex in the festival. The festival's almost over for Xylex. Couple more barrels to clear here. Should have no issues. Has two more life, or 2 more hits left rather. Take an extra one here.
That's completely fine. Alright. Yeah, overall, pretty good run from Xylix so far. Are there any major mistakes or anything?
We'll have to see how things continue. I mean, like I was saying earlier, for a lot of runners, once the mistakes start coming in any capacity, they just start kind of coming one after another. So, Xylix looks strong now, but he's going to have to keep it together going into the mid to late game here. It's definitely going to be
snow. We got snow coming up, which is, yeah, snow, Seaside and Luncheon too. I'll have to see. It is looking good so far.
Oh! A1gamer, clicking the wrong way.
Pull it.
Pulling it can be tricky. Especially when you're trying to go really fast.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're trying to go really fast, it's pretty easy to get a wrong angle, especially with shaking.
Yeah, we're looking like we're going to have a really good final tomorrow. I mean, we got Apple Stick, we got Speed in the final, we got Dan going into the final as well.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch.
It'll be interesting to see who else will be in there, but it seems like it's going to be, you know, a lot of the fan favorites getting in to the finals at least.
Yeah.
And honestly, some of the top competitors that'll be able to, you know, actually stand some sort of a chance against the big wigs, because the ones that do get in are going to be playing against, you know, Stravos and Hey there. So it's like,
yeah,
you gotta put on a show. Oh, an A1gamer putting on a show. Gonna be dropping all the way down. Fortunate. Right, we'll end up having this extra height here. See how he puts it to good use. Oh god.
Alright, let's see if Xylix can get the moon clip here. Oh, she got it. She got it. That worked.
No.
What?
No, the curse.
What? There's no way. Oh, that.
The magnetic poles. Let's go.
She definitely got BS there. That is just not. But at least getting box clip, so that works. Not losing a lot of time, really.
Yeah, keep it together. Just going straight to the backup. Having some issue on the poles, but those poles are, like I said before, magnetic. Mario's kind of really likes poles. Might have some sort of a history with them.
Specifically
not sure.
those ones. Not as much other ones, but those poles. He loves them. We got the Snoodle now. Let's see, that might have worked for cars. No. Yeah.
Not seeing any predictions in the chat. Perhaps without the Nurse Allison Rose bribery, it's just not as hype. I don't get it. 0 predictors in the chat.
If anybody does want to get a guess in for the bound bowl, I'd get a guess in between 55 seconds to 1 minute. I have to get it down to the millisecond correctly.
Yeah, also doesn't count. Not a real guess.
Right now for the races, so be sure to get your guesses in.
Looks like Car's having a bit of trouble flipping out of bounds here. Maybe losing a sizable amount of time. Giving A1gamer a bit of time to catch up here. Although he did have quite a bit of issues with Metro as well.
Yeah, the downstairs snow clip can be really hard.
57-15 is not bad.
2015.
I think we should have done a better job of keeping track of everybody's bound bowl times.
Yeah.
That's the true victory, is if you get the best bound bowl time.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. The final worked for cars.
Alright.
Yeah, downstairs clip can be pretty awful, so at least he got it. I wasn't not having a complete meltdown. Took a little bit, but we got there. That's what matters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to name any names, I don't want to call anybody out, but I've definitely seen some gamers have colossal meltdowns on snow clips. It's a very easy spot to just kind of, you know, feel like you've practiced it enough to where you should get it every time, and then all of a sudden you're not getting it, and then all of a sudden you've missed it 25 times, and all of a sudden, you know, you've reset your run.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in darker side, where it's not exactly, you know, the earliest in the run.
Yeah, then you're already farther in than other categories. See if the fishes.
We're just having a nice little peaceful fishing adventure.
Our spy. Oh. Very nice.
Honestly, I prefer spending a bit more time in the fishing hole. I think it's one of the more relaxing parts of the speedrun, you know?
Yeah.
Take a load off.
That's fair.
Alright, Snowdram, the big
Very
kahuna.
nice.
Nice! Making it look easy.
Alright. That's good. Saving a couple seconds right there.
For anybody else in the chat that's curious about the brackets, exclamation point WP open. I can't type right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, I did type it right. That just looks really weird in lowercase. Be sure to go check out the main bracket if you're interested to see who else is in this tournament outside of the qualifiers. 2 people moving out of the qualifiers into the main bracket. We got a decent amount of big names in the community, a lot of community members that are definitely strong members of the community as well. but not necessarily, you know, world peace gamers, which honestly I'm excited to see how many people are going to PB, how many people are going to pop off and just pull some upsets, because we have a lot of really good gamers. We have people that did their first world peace runs and got like 114s, which is like nuts.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
It's honestly kind of crazy just how many nutty gamers there are in the SMO community these days. Like, there'll be people that you've never even heard of that just have like crazy good times, just have like sub hours, and it's like, how is that possible? Like,
It's
where did these
insane.
people come from? Like a factory somehow just pushing out insane speedrunners.
It won't be too long before there's like 50 sub hours. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I remember coming from, you know, Mario 64 where sub hour is like a cool thing, but like it's not really that huge.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And just realizing how insane sub hour this game is. Sub hour in this game is like you've thrown 10,000 hours of this game and you're like an absolute god gamer. Like, it's not even comparable, honestly.
Oh yeah, it takes much more.
Yeah, it's an uphill battle, Applestick, but at the very least, you know, getting through the qualifiers, you get the crown of winning the qualifiers, which is, you know, just as good. Only 4 people will be walking away from the tournament with any sort of cash prize, so being able to take a W anywhere down the line is a good time, in my opinion.
Oh, getting good for cars, nice. Getting a snow grab. And yeah, Xylex and Samu just kind of grabbing some moon throughout Seaside until they make their way to Brigadier Mollusk Concierge III.
I know a lot of people, myself included honestly, get really nervous, or like they don't want to necessarily race, you know, the top level runners, especially when they're not nearly, you know, at that level, but honestly it's a great opportunity. It's a really direct way to be able to like compare how far you've come and like where you are compared to the best. Like, it's hard to really get that kind of side-by-side comparison. And the XylexSR here using the Gushin to make her way up this wall. I believe there's some Gushinless movement you can do there, right? More typical.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's in like minimum captures, but I'm curious what she was going to do after that, because she still needs one more moon. Usually you get the cliff moon. We'll probably see Samuel do that, I think. Let's see.
That's probably one of the cooler things about this tournament, and one of the things I was excited for, because I've been planning to do a World Peace tournament for probably nearing on 2 years now. So it's cool to be doing it with GSA and, you know, have a lot of people running it, especially top runners doing their first runs. That's pretty sick.
Most definitely. Yeah, that's very cool to see. Oh, I didn't even... I just glanced over the bound board for A1. Whoops. Alright, let's see how this octave fight goes for Xylex. Let's see if she can get this clip. Maybe? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Around. Alright.
Now it's apparently popping off. I mean, just by the lead you can already tell, but in the chat, apparently up to a 3-minute PB possible, question mark? Exaggerating a little bit here for effect, but I mean, even 2.5-minute PB would be nutty.
Yeah, it would be. That's good. Potential for golds too, maybe. I don't know. Sam, we're having a bit of a struggle with Brigadier Mollis.
And he is a giant jellyfish squid thing. He's pretty, imposing. I don't blame him having a bit of issues.
Oh, yeah.
That's a painful ground pound.
Yeah.
Hate to see it.
Wait.
Oh
no!
no!
Quite a pain to back off.
Sam, why? He's pretty tough. He's definitely like one of the tougher bosses, in my opinion.
Honestly, yeah.
Like, look at this. He's just
casually and speedrunning.
He's just completely barraging Sammy right now. Like, he's in the water getting attacked by a Gushin, and the boss is shooting his drills at him. Like, dang.
Oh, let's go.
I like popping off. Love to see it.
50-second seaside gold. Jeez. So,
yeah, that's what
pretty big gold.
That's what you get when you don't run categories very much. You do some runs of it, and you're golden by a minute, PB in by 2. It can definitely be a nice change of pace, especially if you're a gamer that likes to run, any % categories, shorter categories. Definitely a lot more room for improvement. It'd be a nice refresher, especially if you're burnt out.
Fun.
Speaking of any %, I know you've had some chat in the chat already today about any %. I think, we might have to run some sort of tournament, perhaps, some sort of league. I'm not really sure, Might be something on the horizon. Although I think we need to continue with the variety tournaments. I don't know, Dilly, what do you think? In chat, I'd like to get your guys' opinion too. Like, what do you guys think in terms of categories that people would like to participate tournaments for?
I'd be curious to see maybe some category extension races. I don't know.
I will say I've gotten quite a few requests for nipple %, and I don't think that I could ever bring myself to host the nipple % tournament.
Yeah,
personally.
I don't know about that one. Understandable.
I'm not sure if the sponsors would be very happy with us running a nipple % tournament. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I agree. That's my main gripe, is that it's just too short.
Yeah. Be curious to see something maybe like all purple coins category like that.
Yeah, all purple coins has a lot of traction too. I mean, the obvious choices are like dark side and darker side, but darker side is like hard to get people that'll do no resets for.
Yeah, darker side is it's just so long.
Like it's bad. It's bad enough when you're running like a world peace or any tournament and someone like gets mad and forfeits, and then you have to watch like a small screen for the rest of the run without 2 people. But for a 4-hour run, it's like, oof, I could only imagine.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it won't be fun because once you get to post game, and then even then, still might have a blank screen for an hour or something.
I definitely think it could be fun. It would just have to be more of an invitational or something. Like, it definitely wouldn't work as an open format.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be interesting to see. I don't know if there's been anything like that before. Maybe.
All moons journey. I think I'll pass on that. Maybe an all moons journeys. Can probably hook that one up.
Oh yeah, the tourney, I don't know. It's a fun concept, but I
just imagine having to commit to like multiple like 8+ hour no resets within like a few weeks. Like, oh god.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think anybody would have.
I'm just thinking the scheduling nightmare.
Yeah, just oh yeah, that too. So it sounds terrible.
But on the shorter side of things, world peace, we got XylexSR already up, shaking the meat here at the top of the mountain. Gonna be battling a giant annoying bird. I'm not sure how they made this bird's, like, call so annoying, but it really, really bothers me every time I hear it. Like, if I'm doing an 80% run or something and I'm just, like, kind of irritated and I forget to skip the cutscene. The noise it
pretty
makes,
bad.
like, what is...
Yeah. Ukatil is, just not good for anything.
She just pukes all over you, like, what's up with that?
Man.
It's supposed to be a children's game, right? It's supposed to be a family-friendly experience. I don't know. You got two bosses that like to puke all over you. Interesting choice, Nintendo.
Pretty disgusting. Oh, that was scary.
I'm not sure what you're looking at.
From Xylex, she was doing a timer challenge and almost hit the lava, but Cappy came back like last moment.
Alex is just not giving up the lead here. Just completely. The pedal isn't even to the floor. The pedal's like through the floor and like onto the freeway. Her feet are like dragging on the freeway, but she's still accelerating. I don't quite understand how this is happening, but
yeah, she's doing good.
We're trying to wrap up in Seaside here, as all our other racers are making their way through Luncheon Kingdom.
Another mollusk fight. Oh, there you go. Done.
I do also want to give a shout out to everybody in the community that came by to support the stream today. Really appreciate it. Everybody's participating in the tournament, especially with the restreaming. Well, not the restreaming. I can't thank the restreamer. The commentators, especially the commentators, saved my butt. I mean, I was kind of sweating yesterday. We were a little bit low on commentators, but a lot of people pulling through, pulled in some favors. And I honestly think the qualifiers have been exceeding my expectations, so shout out to everybody for the support. Really appreciate that.
Oh, that's good. Oh, Samu.
Oh, Samu.
Oh my god, the car is still back up there. Gotta love Luncheon Kingdom and all of the lava.
The other thing that bothers me is that, like, she's puking on you, right? But, like, it's the same color as the Pepto and the rest of the level. Like, what does that signify? Kind of concerning.
Good question.
I just want to get that out there. Everybody always tells me how tasty luncheon looks. I cannot disagree more. Okay, Xylex having a bit of trouble making her way up the last barrage here. Does end up connecting. Gamer somehow on the other side of the salt pile. Triple jump moon over there. Not quite sure how that happened. But is in Luncheon now. And, you know, like I said before, A1 coming into this one, probably already not expecting to make it out of this first round, but putting up a good fight. I mean,
Indeed.
Still in the same kingdom at the end here with runners that are honestly, you know, pretty good, solid runners. I mean, Xylex, I know, does a lot of categories. I'm not too familiar with Samu, but I do know that Cars, you know, enters quite a few tournaments and runs some categories as well. Oh my gosh, what just happened to Samu? Samu just got like down warped. That geometry is not working well with him.
Yeah, that is. It's a weird wall. It's a weird wall. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh. There you go.
Haven't made it on the second attempt.
Yeah. Alex going off to ruined.
Another important note while we're in a bit of cutscenes here, waiting for runners to get going. Oh gosh, messing up my own commands. Make sure to go stop by these render streams. They're all taking time out of their day to put on a show for us, compete in this tournament. I'm sure they'd love to have your support. Like I was saying before, a lot of underrated runners in the SMO community.
Very good.
Both Samu and Cars. Get late, okay? Fighting the burb here. But Xylex fighting in a bit different burb. Looks a little bit more fierce.
Yeah, and it spits lightning, so you know. Ammunition for burbs, but you know.
Kind of weird looking burb. I mean, got like scales.
I think that's odd.
Wait, is this that SMO, what's it called, that mod that everybody's playing? Like All-Star mode or something like that?
Superstar mode?
Must be one of those bosses. Maybe intentionally taking that damage there to land on top of the dragon's head. Very cool and epic. Pretty optimal throughout this fight. Love to see it.
Alright. And Cars and Samu done with one chin. Samu about to globe.
Just took a look over at Xylex's splits, and it's like a sea of gold right now. There's 2 greens and then 3 golds in a row.
Oh wow.
We'll see how the split is here. Not going to really get a comparison, unfortunately. It looks like a skip split in the PB, but I would say at least 2.5 minutes ahead right now.
Awesome. And the rest for her will just be any percent, so see how that goes.
Yeah, probably comfortable territory. Probably some gold potential there as well. We've set a decent amount of experience and not so many world peace runs, so probably not the most optimized gold.
Exactly. Day one game, we're gonna go and get a couple runes in the cave for fighting the big burbo. Oh.
Xylex already in Bowser's right now. Like, I can't even understand how far Xylex is ahead right now. Absolute, like, ruthless gameplay, giving no chances to our competitors. It's just kind of nuts. Oh, okay. As I say that, failing to kill the ogre here.
There you go.
Got to be a little bit frustrating, but definitely not a huge deal. Oh, Combo in the chat. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Appreciate you stopping by and supporting the tournament. Ooh, I'll just do a couple of stabs there to grab that shard, but does end up getting it in the end.
Yep. There we go. Then in one game, we're going to be fighting the Burbo now. As Mars and Samu make their way into the Bowser's Kingdom. I'm fighting the bunnies. And soon I'm going to be doing bird room. Okay.
You're gonna get knocked out in due time. Both Samu and Car are still not too far behind. I think at this point, though, it's gonna be more interesting to talk about who's gonna get second, because XylexSR is gonna honestly have to have an insane meltdown, and she's just playing too good right now. I don't see it happening. What about you, Dilly?
Yeah, she's playing very well. We do have mech and everything. But,
yeah, I mean, we'd have to see like multiple deaths on mech, though. It's like very unlikely.
It'd have to be a death and like fall.
I mean, I'm one of my favorite things to do is to instill false hope in the viewers that there's going to be some sort of a huge comeback. But like I said, the battle between Cars and Samu right now is probably the more interesting race to keep your eyes on if you want to see some sort of back and forth.
They are pretty close. They definitely, mech could definitely make all the difference for them. And Moon. And of course we have Moon King coming up still too.
Here's where we have splits from A1. Yeah, we do. Looks like A1 is behind PB, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Although did make quite a bit of time in luncheon, which is good to see. It's really easy to just kind of defeat yourself. Oh my gosh, XylexSR. Just as we were talking about how unstoppable her lead was, all of a sudden taking a death here in Bowser's. Definitely has to, you know, keep things under control. Can't be making these mistakes.
Yeah, it can be a pretty rough jump.
But I mean, even though she's only got like a what 3 or 4 moon advantage, a couple in the case of versus Samu, those bunnies fights take a lot of time. Those cutscenes, you know, the fights themselves just take way more time than like, you know, grabbing Crazy Moon or something like that.
Yeah, they're long.
That was my plan all along, Apple. My plan all along was to, in fact, put a hex on XylexSR speedrun so we have a close race. Xylex's PB, unless I am mistaken, is a 124.58.
It's definitely on pace to bump that.
Oh yeah. Oh, but having trouble climbing the mech. Gonna have to grab the bird here, maybe? Okay, gonna go for backup movement. Nope. No connection so far.
Yeah, it can always be tough to get back up on the mech, especially because like positioning is worse.
Oh, and killing both the Pokyos! No! But we're still going for it. We're still going for it.
Oh yeah.
This is definitely an opening though. I mean, we were talking about we need some deaths on mech, we need something happening, and Xylex is just hemorrhaging time right now.
Can't you do it? Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Does finally make her way up there and gets the connection. You love to see it.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, a little risky, but oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, with those ears in the way too. I mean, there's pretty much already no way, but with the ears there, it's like pretty much certain death. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Actual death, perhaps. Needs to collect a heart here in order to stay alive. This is all of a sudden looking way closer. I mean, Cars is not too much far behind. If there's a death here, that would be huge.
Yeah. That would be awful.
Xylex. Tapped from the Pokyo. Probably not where she wants to be in this mech fight, but is holding it together somewhat. Cars not playing insane either, taking some bonks. And Xylex does manage to clear it out. I can once again breathe. It's okay.
Oh, Samu! Mech is not being nice right now.
Yeah. I actually didn't even realize that Samu was actually ahead of Cars.
Yep.
It was even closer than I thought.
Oh, let's see what Cars does. He can definitely make up some time there, and then we got Moon. And that's... Who knows? Could come down to pillars. Very possible.
I take all responsibility. Don't worry. It's always the commentator's fault. I'm gonna stand by that, especially since I'm not usually gonna be the commentator. So, always blame the commentator. It's always the commentator's fault. Remember that. Stream goes down, commentator's fault. Names are wrong,
yep.
Commentator's fault. Always blame the volunteers. Speaking of volunteering, by the way, if anybody is interested in, you know, trying their hand at some SMO commentary, maybe you've had a bit of experience in the past, we're definitely going to need some help here in the future with not only commentary, but we're working on setting up a stats team again, getting some backup restreamers, so when my power goes out, you know, we're not dead in the water here, wasting a lot of people's time. So if you are interested, !mark volunteer, I'll type it for you in the chat because we are a bit desperate, I'm not going to lie. Trying to get our feet back off the ground here in the SMO community. And we would appreciate any amount of support. Even just watching, though, is a huge help. I've been absolutely happy beyond words, honestly, with the amount of support we've received here today. So, huge shouts to the community. And huge shouts to these runners as well. Put on a good show for us.
Okay.
Is it bad to say you're desperate when you're asking for help? I don't know. I think it's fine.
That's okay.
I think he's okay.
That's fine. That's okay.
Oh! A fierce bonk out of Xylex. Not a big deal. But not getting the favorable roll over that clip there. That's one of the most satisfying roll bounce. Roll boosts, I suppose I should say. It's just one of those that feels like it shouldn't work, but then when you get it, you feel like a baller. At least I feel like a baller because
exactly.
I'm bad.
I have tough sims the tails. It's hard to do.
Alex just nailing the moon skip there, no problem. Insane gamer skills.
Cars and Samuroleon near you now. Oh, looks like our car is having a little bit of trouble with the moon cave skip for a moment there. Getting it? There you go. Alright, and then Bowser's fight as XylexSR is about to finish it up.
I must say, for as much of a jerk Bowser is in this game, I mean, he does clean up pretty good. He just looks pretty dapper in that suit with the, like, the hair mousse in his hair. I mean...
He looks great, yeah.
I hate to compliment the antagonist here, but I don't think he gets the amount of love he deserves. Put a lot of work in his outfit.
Suit's pretty cool. Okay, and then A1gamer making his way up to mech now. Finish off the Bowser's Kingdom. Yeah, exactly. Mario didn't even clean up his hair. Couldn't be bothered.
I mean, you could, you know, put the argument out there that he's trying to, you know, save his girl or something like that. Might be more important.
True. Well, that's a fair point, I guess.
But at the end of the day, it is a beauty contest. That's why we're here.
Yeah. Alright, looks like it's going to be a high 123 for XylexSR. See how our pillars goes.
One of the early fireballs connecting, but not a huge deal.
Still pretty good. Okay, that's good.
But I have no issues wrapping up to 123 here, as far as my brain's concerned.
Oh yeah, that should definitely be a 123. And shotgun pillar, there we go. PB for XylexSR.
Yeah, pretty huge. Gonna be clutching on a PB here. You'll love to see it.
Jeez. Oh no,
No.
Right. Right as right as oh no.
Alright, let's hear that again. Let's get that going again.
Yeah.
We gotta get as many cat gems tonight as we possibly can. We don't have cat jam in the chat yet, but that's unimportant. We'll get on that. I'll get the tech team on it. clean up things with a 124. Oh, can we get one more? Can we get one more? Okay. Cars' audio is cursed. I forgot. I'm not listening to Cars' audio. Who cursed? I won't.
Oh, is it? Oh no.
I won't expose you to it. we got one more cat jam coming up. It's okay. It's okay. Oh god. Another thing I will say on the you know, production side of things in these tournaments. Definitely, as a streamer, don't be afraid to turn your game audio up. A lot of streamers will stream with their game audio so quiet that I literally have to put like multiple gain boosts on their audio in order to hear it, and like just casual viewers in your stream will want to watch or be able to listen to your audio. So just a streamer to streamer talk here. But Car's gonna be wrapping things up. Feels a bit weird watching an ending sequence without the music playing, but we'll be getting a 126.04.
Alright.
Pretty solid times out of all the runners.
Indeed. Didn't you say A1Gamers PB was like a 150 something?
A1Gamers PB is a 130.57.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's not playing too far off that.
But I believe the sign-up PB was around there. I think it was like a 145 or something like that. He literally had never done a run of World Peace before. Oh my goodness. Oh. I have not seen that, if ever, in a long time.
That actually happened earlier.
Really?
Switch runner, I think.
Oh man,
yeah.
I gotta start paying more attention.
It happens. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Taking some serious damage there, but there's 2 more points of life to work with. Hopefully we can keep it together. Big leap over the gap. I like it. Not taking any chances.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, a little bit close to the edge. I don't like that. I think we can avoid that. Honestly, I don't even think it's a problem so much when runners are messing up Mooncave Skip, but when you're dying on Mooncave Skip or around Mooncave Skip, that's that hurts. That hurts me physically.
Yeah.
And mentally.
People don't think about it too much, but yeah, dying in the Moon Kingdom is it's costly.
Yeah,
it's costly.
Quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that a commentator you pretend that happens all the time. You know, you wanna hype up that potential time loss near the end, but it does come out of nowhere and snipe you sometimes.
Oh yeah. No.
Got one more Bowser fight and escape sequence, and then that's going to be it for us today. But the stage is set. We've got our runners in mind. We've got Xylex, we've got Dan, we've got Speed, and we've got an Apple Stick. Some Apple Stick. I'm not sure which one, but one of them. But hopefully we can just schedule it right now if everybody's in the chat. Is Dan here? Hello? I think everybody is good for 10 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see if that applies with everybody else, but according to my documents, 10 a.m. Eastern Time should work.
Hi.
Ooh, a little bit premature on that skip there. $3 a.m. for you. Oh, 3 p.m. Okay, I was gonna say, like, I don't know if you're trying to make me feel bad or what the goal is here, but most people would not be quite so excited about 3 a.m. I mean, maybe you're a massive degen on the sleep schedule, I'm not sure. We'll have to hear back from Xylex here. I think we're gonna get Xylex on the interview, so we should be good on that. I'm glad everybody stuck around. I was a little bit concerned trying to schedule the finals, especially in a qualifier with, you know, a lot of like when you're dealing with like top level runners and they're fighting for a prize pool, trying to schedule the finals, you know, right the day after is a little bit easier, but trying to condense, you know, especially qualifiers down. It kind of feels weird when a qualifier takes, you know, 3 weeks and the tournament takes 4. You'll do great, Wuxfu. I believe. I'm not seeing any jammers in the chat. I'm not seeing any Pepe Ds. Kind of disappointed. Oh, I see one way up there. Nurse Allison Rose coming in clutch with the Pepe Ds. There. Alright. I'll let it slide this time. I like the cat jams too, even though we can't see them. I mean, they're in our heads, right? We can all see the cat jam.
We can all see them.
I think we might also have to get duck jam. I think duck jam is severely underrated.
Alright.
We'll be wrapping this up. The final run of the day.
Go A1 Gamer.
Pulling out a 132.22 to finish things off today. Not able to secure the victory, but putting up a good fight. Keeping things together pretty close in the beginning. It was really nice to see 4 runners, you know, in the same kingdom for, you know, most of the first couple. Even in the sand, it was not too far off.
Yeah.
So you love to see it, especially from a runner, you know, that hasn't ran this category nearly at all. It's always good to see those kind of people, you know, entering in tournaments that they're not quite so comfortable with, kind of having a good time with it.
Yeah, definitely. Find some fun with it. Do it more.
Let's see if we can get some runners in here for interviews. Looks like Fars is in here with us. Looks like Xylex is as well. There's Undef in here.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, what's going on, Cars?
Yo.
How you feeling about your performance today?
Yeah, not very good. I would be honest. I was having fun, so I don't really care that much, but if I kept track of a top 10 dumbest mistakes that I've ever made in SMO, this run would probably take half those spots. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, both you and Sammy were kind of going back and forth with the mistakes, which was, you know, nice to see. Xylex was just kind of like not stopping the entire run, so it's good to see some back and forth. But
Yeah.
I do appreciate you joining in. I'm glad that we could have, you know, so many good competitors here in the qualifiers even. All the matches were super close. Xylex saying she's fine for interviews. I'm not sure if that means she's not wanting to do an interview or if...
I'm fine. Oh, well. Where do I start with that run? Let's talk about Bowser's, do we? that was probably the worst Bowser's I've had in a long time.
I mean, the mech was a bit hard to watch. I must say, the
Yeah,
mech was a
that
bit
was-
difficult. I think all the other mistakes were like negligible. They weren't too bad. Like,
Yeah,
They're
Night
just kind of
Sand wasn't
typical.
too great. Lost around 30 seconds in Night Sand. Samu and I were really close and wooded, so
Yeah, real close.
definitely gave up a good fight and kept up the pressure up until around Metro. So really started to play well, and I started to like get into the form around Snow Kingdom. I got to Seaside by around 50 seconds, so that was pretty good. But apart from Bowser's, which could have made this one probably a 121, which, considering that I only practiced today and I've not played this game in 4 months, is pretty good. I'll definitely take that. That's for sure. Yeah, very clean apart from Bowser's. I definitely want to put a bit more effort, which kind of means I have to leave the 540 race in the dark a bit. But I still want to pay attention to that, otherwise I have to do Nasimo Hundo because of a dare. But, wow, definitely surprised about that. That's for sure. Yeah. Definitely want to at least get through. So I either have, I'll check, Apple Stick, Dan, or Speed in the next qualifiers. So good luck to all of them. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. 10 a.m. Eastern. I should be perfectly fine for that. I had an event on that day that sadly got cancelled because the person running it was in hospital. I hope they're okay, but yeah, I should be available for that time.